Think that your logo is good enough? The hard truth is that if you're missing even one of these four things, it could be quietly repelling your best fit clients and you don't even know it. So I'm going to talk about what those four things are in this video. A logo is the easiest dead giveaway of a DIY or budget brand. When I see logos out in the wild, it's immediately clear which brands invested in thoughtful design and which use a Canva logo template or a budget designer. So many logos are too generic, too obvious. They're built with the same Pinterest templates or Fiverr briefs that everyone else is using. The problem is that trendy logos go out of style, and then you have something that looks outdated or old-fashioned and really takes away from your credibility. A logo should grow with you over the years and become a symbol of your business and you and what you offer. So today I'm going to walk you through the four things that you absolutely must have if you want your logo to do more than just decorate your website. We're talking about things like building trust, gaining credibility with your audience, making an emotional connection. Let's make sure your logo actually works for your brand and not just looks nice. So here's the thing. A good logo isn't just like this cute little stamp that represents your business. It's a micro message. In a split second, it needs to communicate, this brand is for people like you, or this is a business you can trust. This is different from all the other noise that's out there. That's really the opportunity within a logo, is that it stops people scroll and it makes them feel something. It becomes part of the client journey. When it's done right, it becomes a symbol that associates you with certain ideals, with certain beliefs, with certain things that people want to align themselves with. So it's not just something that you should just put at the top of your website and call it good, but you really want to think through what message you want to convey. I've worked with dozens of women's service providers, people like coaches and strategists, consultants and creatives. And I've seen firsthand what happens when a business finally turns their scripty logo with a watercolor background and shows up with one that's rooted in strategy. It's like something clicks. Like confidence goes up, engagement goes up, the sales follow. The reason is that alignment is magnetic. When people see you showing up consistently and clearly, they start to trust you, and trust is what sells. So let me tell you about a client I worked with recently. She had a logo that she actually thought she loved. She didn't really want to go through the rebranding process because she thought what she had was working. It was basically a woman figure like reaching up to the sun, and it was overlaid with all caps font. She thought that it was warm and welcoming, but the truth is it looked pretty generic because it's the same clip art that you see all over the internet with any business that wants to convey that they work with human beings. You know what I'm talking about, like those little icons with their hands raised or two people like hugging, those kinds of things. You see those everywhere all over the internet. She first approached me about a website because she had a very large potential client tell her that they didn't know if they could trust her because of her website. So she knew that she needed a new website. She knew that was something that she had to invest in to start looking credible and to start building trust with potential buyers. But she thought she could just redesign the site with her existing brand and call it good. It was actually one of her employees that pointed out that nothing about this current brand said premium or smart or thoughtful. So she went ahead and decided to dig deeper with me. We went through a whole strategic process where we defined her brand values, her position, her unique voice. We dug into competitor research. We talked about her target market, like all of the strategic portions. We rebranded her with intention from strategy up. And when we were going through that strategy portion, she lit up. She told me she was buzzing because suddenly with the strategy in place, it became really clear where the gaps in our current brand were. And there was this huge disconnect between the strategy that we were going through and the branding that she had. So we went ahead and moved forward and created a logo together that she was so excited about that she actually teared up in our final brand meeting. She couldn't wait to launch it and put it out there in the world. So what's the lesson here? A logo isn't just a pretty stamp. It's strategic real estate. It needs to be distinctive. It needs to be aligned with where you're going. It needs to be true to the business that you're building. We're not looking for something trendy that's just not going to cut it for you right now at this stage in business. Your logo should be timeless and grounded in the message that you're trying to send. So let's break down the four pieces that make a logo work. Number one is strategic foundation. Most people skip by this part. They just go out and try to design something off the cuff. But really, your logo needs to reflect your brand strategy, your vision, your audience, your values, your personal vibe as well. And without that, it's just sort of decoration. So here's a quick fact for you. Brands with consistent visuals that are rooted in that strategy see up to 33% more revenue. And that's from a study from Lucid Press. You really need to dig into who you want to serve, what aligns with your message, all of those elements that come together to create something that is distinctive. So number 2 is simplicity with purpose. Simple doesn't have to mean boring. It's actually really powerful when done well. It means intentional. If you think about the Nike swoosh, for example, or the Target bullseye, they are super simple, but they're unforgettable and people instantly recognize them. Clutter confuses people, whereas simplicity sticks in your memory. Number 3 is versatility. This is where a lot of logos break down. If your logo only works in one color on a white background, it's not a good logo. It needs to look good when it's tiny on a business card. It needs to look good in black and white. It needs to look good on a social post, on a website, on a proposal or a t-shirt. Think of it as a tool that needs to adapt to different needs, not just an image that you're going to stamp on something. Number 4 is differentiation. A logo's job is not to explain what you do. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make when they go to design a logo. It is to distinguish you. So it doesn't need to say everything about what you do and who you are in your logo. It just needs to say the right things. The goal is for it to be recognizable more than for it to be an explanation of what you do. So a lot of people will just pack all this extra stuff in their logo so that they make sure and cover all the bases of what they offer. And that's really not your logo's job. You want your logo to help people make an association with you in a quick way. And that doesn't mean necessarily it has to identify the category that you're in. It needs to be yours. It needs to be something distinctive to you, not a Canva template, not the same serif font you saw your competitor use last week. So in line with this, one of the mistakes I see a lot of people making is using symbols that are way too obvious. So like a camera for a photographer, or a pen for a writer, a flower for a florist. When you use obvious symbols, you're just blending in with everybody else in the same market as you are. There's nothing distinctive about it or that's calling you out as someone who has something special. So just to recap, here's the 4 elements of a successful logo. Number 1, strategy beats aesthetics every time. So making sure that you really think through the strategy as you're coming up with ideas, as you are deciding on a design direction. Number 2, simplicity is a strength. So boiling it down to the simplest ideas and using that simplicity to make a powerful statement. 3 is your logo needs to work everywhere, not just on your giant computer screen. Needs to look good large and small and in different orientations. And number 4, if it blends in, it's not doing its job. You need something that isn't just the same generic clip art that you see everybody else doing, but something that really stands out as unique to you and that conveys certain ideas that are at the heart of what you want to say to the world. If this video got your wheels turning and you're curious about how to actually build your brand strategy underneath your logo, check out this video right here. It walks through the 3 pillars of branding that I use with every single client to really dig into the nuts and bolts that will help guide our direction moving forward. Your logo is just the tip of the iceberg, so you want to go deeper. Check that video and don't forget to like and subscribe.